Hello, everybody. I'm happy to provide you a peek inside ACMA's new campus, opening the fall of 2021. On the outside, facing the parking lot where people will park when they come to events in the Performing Arts Center, ACMA in skittled brick. This is just brick that is offset by about 3/4 of an inch, and as the sun moves across the sky, and there will be days when it does, you can see different patterns kind of show up in that ACMA. The front of the school, with the Performing Arts Center on the left, looks a little bit different. It's pushed back even with the Performing Arts Center, and you can see on the far right some of the metal work echoes what we saw in the Performing Arts Center. There's also a little bit more parking in front and a much wider place for drop-offs and pickups. I'm not saying it'll be perfect. It really was built on a corner with the idea of 1948 elementary school traffic in mind, but we're going to make the best of it. Just a reminder for those nostalgic like me, inside the Performing Arts Center right now, on the main stage, we have some pieces of art, including these doors painted by students from the 90s into the 2000s. We've kept some things like this, knowing that we'll use them in some way, shape, or form as an installation piece later in the year. There's also the giant fish that some of you might remember above the doorway leading out onto the area in between the Quonset hut and the school. Looking way back, this is an entrance to the attic above the library at the C.E. Mason building we just left. You had to climb up these kind of rickety old wooden stairs, and once you were up there, you saw 1940s construction at its finest. Lots of wood and big, heavy beams. And we've taken some of those beams. They've been refinished, and we're going to be using those as benches in the new building. It's hard to really get a scope of these. They're enormous, and I think they're going to be a nice reminder of our past as we move into our future. On the main story, you enter into the front office and you can see another nod toward our C.E. Mason past. The wood on the desk here in the front office, echoed in the wood on the circulation desk in the library and in the counseling office, is the wainscoting from our old hallways. In the main office, we will have the new as well, including this place for mail for teachers and lots of room for new programs. This is a picture of one room of the film compound. There's the big room here, and then there are 3 little studios off the film room. Also on the main floor, our library. You can see the skylights there and room for lots and lots of books. And what's in that crate is some wood that will go on the ceiling. It won't be just a regular drop ceiling, but it'll have more of an artistic flair. This really is a work in progress. We're still in the midst of building, but this is a peek inside one of the music rooms. And in another music room, you see the little pyramids that are on the floor. Those will be installed on the ceiling in an acoustic way that is, well beyond my understanding, but is made to make things sound great. Also on the main floor, we have our 2D art. Here you see some north light and lots of built-in storage. And our 3D art. The doorway on the right is to a kiln room. We pick up another kiln and have lots of space for wheels and all the 3D art that we want to do. Also on the main floor, we have a kitchen, a real live kitchen. This wasn't something we had at Center Street. If you remember there, we had a Quonset hut without running water. But here we have a brand new kitchen that is adjoining the commons. And those commons look like this. We have right now our back to the windows that lead out to the back parking lot. And this is looking east. To our left, you see a stage. Right ahead of us on the bottom floor, you see the 2D and 3D art rooms. Up above, where those little red cutouts are dance studios. And if you were to go to our right, you'd be headed to the main office in the film room. This is looking from that right-hand view toward the stage, looking north, so the stage is right ahead of us. Behind that are stairs up. Behind the wall there is the science rooms on the bottom, and on the top is kind of a horseshoe of regular classrooms. If we go up those stairs and now look south, the windows that are straight ahead of us are the photography room, and the windows that are kind of to the right look out onto the back. I have a few pictures of just some standard classrooms. You can see they're still installing floors and ceilings and all the rest, but they're well lit and nice places for students. This is one of the science labs. You can see all the sinks and gas and such around the exterior, and a couple of more classrooms up above. We also have 3 dance studios. This is the tap studio, and there are 2 other dance studios of the same size. They look a lot taller, and if you were to drive by the building and you see it almost looks like a giant cube embedded on the upper floor, that's so these ceilings can be extra tall. Nobody builds a dark room, except ACMA. We have a dark room for our photography. This is bigger than what we used to have, and we'll have some more enlargers that Mr. Gottschall was able to find while we've been away at Timberland. So a brand new dark room, and we're looking forward to our photographers having this space. Outside, you can see a walking path that snakes through the grass. The little area there in the middle of the screen is a raised platform with some electricity so that we could have sound if we wanted to do a concert or some kind of a show outside. And then looking west, you can see a mural wall and with it a single basketball hoop, because we know that sometimes at lunch you just want to shoot baskets. I've shown this picture before. It's just taken from our webcam. If you're interested in taking a look at the webcam and the construction that's gone on, you can check out in the information below this video, and we'll try to put a link to that webcam. I'm very curious to see what it'll look like if it snows. And that's ACMA, at least a little update as of January 2021 with where we are in construction. We keep moving ahead, and we look forward to welcoming students there next school year. I wish you all a great day, ACMA. Take care.